My name's Susan Nyambura Wanjiru. Wanjiru being my mom's name. I was born in Nairobi, actually Makadara Hospital, but I didn't get to live in Nairobi as a very small baby because my mother moved to Malindi. So that's why I grew up until the age of 5 when my mom got sick. When she got sick, she couldn't be able to take care of us anymore. So she sought out my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, who came all the way to Malindi to pick me and my other siblings. And she moved us all the way to Nairobi, stayed in Nairobi for just a few weeks, and then we went to Murang'a. So she brought us up for a few years, and then again we moved to Nairobi to my uncle's place. That's my mom's brother, and he's the one who took up from there. Looking back to how my grandmother took care of us, I say us because I have other siblings behind me. I see her, she passed on, but back then she was the strongest woman in my life, because I keep saying to myself, if she didn't come all the way to Malindi to take me and my siblings, then I don't know how or where we would have ended up. I've been with Java for, I think this is my 11th year. I've met very interesting people, very heartwarming people. But two things that really stick out in my mind are from way back then, 8 years ago when I started out. Because when I started out, that's the most important thing, how people accepted me, how I got to know them. I will never forget this guy, he's called Paul. I'll mention his name because I can never forget his name. Paul, I served Paul at Upper Hill, at the Upper Hill branch. Everybody used to fear him, apparently, because he's this serious guy who likes things done specifically. And I got to learn about him, how he likes his food, how he likes his drinks, how he likes being served, and I took it upon myself to learn about him that way. So every time we would come to Upper Hill, I would always be the person serving him. So I got pregnant when I was at Upper Hill. When I had my baby, before I had my baby, Paul told me, just take my number. Take my number, and when that baby comes, call me up. He didn't ask me for his number, he told me to take his number. So now I was at Kenyatta Hospital. I did call him up because he told me to call him. So on the second day after I had my baby, because I stayed in the hospital for 3 days, I called him and I told him, hey Paul, I've had the baby already and I'm at Kenyatta National Hospital, and that was it. Believe you not, he did come to the hospital in person. I was sleeping and I was facing the wall, and I hear someone calling my name. And when I turned, there's Paul standing right there in his suit, very serious. I can't explain how I felt about that. I mean, this is a person who knows me only by serving him. He doesn't know me personally. He knows nothing about me. I know nothing about him. And he takes it upon himself to come all the way to Kenyatta National Hospital after visiting ours to see me. So that to me, it was a really touching experience for me, because I'd never met someone like that who just goes way out of his way to do such a kind act. And the other people who stand out for me during the first times I started this job were a family from the US. I also used to serve them at Upper Hill. And for those ones, they came all the way to my place in Umoja to come and see the baby before they left for the US. So a few days before they left, they made sure they came all the way to Umoja to see me and my family. So those two incidences, they really stick out as the people that I serve. They're also people who care, people who understand. And I think from that, I learned to give back the same kind of emotions, to show these people that I care for them, I understand them, what they need, how they need it, and because of that, that has made it the most beautiful experience for me in Java. Yeah, I'll never forget this lady from Waiyaki. Very serious, but for Java we are taught and we are highly trained that when you meet these guests, of course it's with a smile. Whether the smile is returned or not, it's with a smile. Because we are always told then if you cannot smile, then you don't deserve to be in this industry. So that's how I do it. So I serve her, and apparently she wasn't very happy. And with me, I like knowing my mistakes. So if I have wronged you and I haven't given you the kind of service that Java requires me to give you, then I need to know my shortcoming. So when she stood up to leave, I stopped her. And I stopped her and I looked her in the face and I told her, "Ma'am, I'm sorry if I didn't give you the best that I'm supposed to give you, but I would really like to know where I went wrong so that next time I don't repeat my mistake." So she didn't want to tell me. So I just stood boldly and I said, "I think I really want to know." So that left me with something. Up to now I see her and it reminds me all the time. My mom, basically, I don't talk too much about her, but of course we appreciate moms because without them we wouldn't be here. So I owe her my life in as much as she wasn't there to bring me up or to give me what a mother should give to a child when they are growing up, the love and the care, the nurture. I still think of her as the best person in my life, as a gift, because she gave me the gift of life. Other than God, she carried me. She wasn't able to be there for me the way a mom would like to be there for a child, but she chose to have me when she would have done otherwise. She passed on in 1997 when I was only 17 years, and it was the most trying time in my life. But I will always think of her as a lesson. Why a lesson? Because what she didn't give me, I strive to give back to my children. What I didn't get from her, I work hard to give to my children so that they don't miss out on what I missed out growing up. It's not material things. That's not important. Whether I walked barefoot, it's okay. Because I did walk barefoot to school. I did get jiggers because at one time I studied at Muranga, local school. For me, it's not about the material things. For me, it's about being there physically, emotionally, spiritually. Being there for you, my kids, for them to feel my touch, for them to hear my voice, for me to tell them I love them every single day, whether they get used to it or not, whether it gets old or not. That's the most important thing for me. What makes me smile every day is the fact that I know I can tell them I love them, whether they've wronged me or not, whether I'm stressed out or not, whether I'm lacking. The fact that I can hold them and tell them that I love them, that I am here, I'm your mother, I am here, whether I don't have so much that I can give you, but I love you. I can give you my heart, I can give you my time, because other than work, they have all the time in the world with me. Java love for me is family. It's my second family. Being somewhere for 2 years, for 10 years, it's not an easy thing. Being at a place for 9-10 hours every day for almost 11 years, that makes people family. Being at work, and not only working, but talking to people, laughing with the people that I'm working with, laughing with the guests that I'm working with, even hugging them. I know sometimes it's inappropriate, but that's what I give. That's Java love. You show it not only at the back of house, but to the guests who walk in our establishments every single day.